Hello. The aim of this project is to find patterns and draw insights from student enrollment statistics in higher education programs for the year of 2015, depending upon the ethnicities and the features of the college. Based on the patterns and relations we wish to draw from the dataset, we have used three primary techniques: association rule mining using the a priori algorithm, clustering using the k means algorithm, classification using the neural networks approach. Next. The dataset we have taken contains 4 lakh plus higher education programs offered in India. The entire dataset is classified into minorities, categorized on the basis of caste, and further on the basis of gender. It includes certain features like the discipline group, the level of degree, the number of years studied per degree, whether it's self-financed versus general colleges. We have further added certain basic information about the colleges by merging it with another dataset which contains its geographical location, its whether it is a girls' exclusive school or not, the hostels it contains, etc. Next. We have used three primary pre-processing techniques: data cleaning, data reduction, and data transformation. In cleaning, we removed we filled zeros in the missing values, and we removed the places where the values were missing and in important features. In data reduction, we removed the features which were redundant in any of the techniques of visualizations further. In transformation, we majorly use normalization and discretization. Next. Visualization. The chosen dataset is highly dimensional and has a lot of points in the dataset. This makes the task of visualization harder since plotting 4 lakh points makes it very cluttering in the graph. And hence, further dimensionality reduction techniques like PCA and LDA do not work here since the dataset contains the features in the datasets are mostly categorical in nature, and condensing numerical census data into lesser features does not make any sense. So to overcome this, we have used sampling. Only a few features were taken at a time and plotted to get specific and meaningful graphs regarding the selected features. The results can be seen in the notebook which is present along with the presentation. Now Ravi shall be continuing the presentation.
So the first data mining technique that we had applied on a data set was the association rule mining using a priori rule. The first challenge was to convert the existing data set into a transaction-based data set. To do this, the census data was discretized using equal interval billing, which converted continuous census or ratio data into discretized columns. The a priori rule was run using a minimum support of 15% and a minimum confidence of 60% to get our most desirable results. The drawback of using this rule was that it was inefficient for time, but still good enough for our dataset to produce good enough results within 2 minutes or a good time frame. So some interesting results are presented as shown. These results show that Muslims uh, are very less populated in postgraduate or higher degree programs with almost 90% confidence, and backward castes are very highly present only in undergraduate degrees and not in postgraduate or PhD degrees. This shows the trend of education of minority groups and backward caste groups in India. Now Manish will talk about clustering.
The second data mine technique that we decided to apply on our data set was clustering, and we chose the traditional k-means clustering algorithm, which we implemented with the Euclidean distance metric. And the reasons for selecting k-means are simplicity of implementation, the speed of convergence, and the scalability to large data sets such as ours. And one of the challenges we faced was feature selection, and we chose only a small relevant subset of the numerical attributes in our data set. And we did this because our data set is highly dimensional, and for clustering we decided to choose only relevant attributes, and this relevance was decided by the another attribute, categorical attribute, which is selected as a cluster label. So on examining one of our results, the one of the very first instances that we tried for the undergraduate dependence of the dependence of various minorities and castes in on undergraduates studies. So we realized that the precision and recall values look better than expected in the scenario. But once we made the plots, we realized that there is a high precision in the undergraduate sector because it's uniformly spread throughout the dimensions. And this high uniformity in the spread is also the reason for the lower recall of the clusters. And this is what we realize is that because of the support, on observing the support counts, we realize that the cluster label attributes are too skewed towards one of the values. So because of this, our dataset didn't have available features to yield a proper decision boundary for unsupervised learning techniques. And Ravi will continue with classification.
Now, the classifying task was to predict whether a student of a certain ethnicity exists in a particular college degree based on the demographic existing within the college and the type of college degree that it is. To prove that this is a classifiable task, we had chosen the minority population of Muslims and tried to predict whether a Muslim would exist in a college based on the features of the college and the existing demographic in the college. And we had discretized the Muslim population using a threshold of 10%. We used two classification techniques, logistic regression and neural networks, for this classification task. Logistic regression clearly gave us a better result with 87% training accuracy, whereas neural networks were not able to generalize well enough on our data set and were overfitting the task. And no matter the use of dropout layers and L2 regularization did not give us desirable results using neural networks. Now, I would like to conclude by saying that all the data mining techniques gave us different valuable insights on patterns on higher education enrollment in India. Moreover, our paper talks about the usage of the three data mining techniques on large, sparse, categorical, and census data. And not only did we learn about how to deal with these data sets, but also presented the generalized way of how to deal with these and the usage of these three algorithms on such data sets. Thank you.